Hi there, and welcome back to Storyteller Station, which is the podcast and the YouTube channel. And so happy to have you here. I have decided that we are going to rock the quarantine. And in order to help us all rock the quarantine, I am going to be posting an encouraging, hopefully encouraging video and releasing hopefully an encouraging podcast every day this week. Today is Sunday, and so I thought that since many in my circle, and including myself, who were not able to attend church today, which would have been something that we normally would do, that we would do Spiritually Centered Sunday. And so there are some things that even if you aren't a regular churchgoer, that there are some things and even some principles that could be helpful and useful to you during this time. So here we go. Spiritually Centered Sunday. So I have been thinking a lot about mindset in the midst of this pandemic. And as one who struggles with anxiety, and as a mental health practitioner, these things have been on the forefront of my mind, and how to help my clients who are also sheltering in place and are not able to come to my office and have one-on-one sessions, what that means and how to help. And so one of the things that is really important is mindset. And there's a scripture verse that goes over and over in my mind as I consider this, and it's from 2 Corinthians 10, verse 5. It says to take captive every thought. Now, this is a precept, I guess we could say, that, or a concept anyway, that has been utilized in modern psychology, right? So many of you already probably know, and if you're listening and you're a therapist, you totally understand how we talk to our clients about managing the mindset, or, recognizing your thoughts. You're not in control of things that pop into your head, okay? Thoughts will just pop into your head. Where the responsibility and the choice comes is when you recognize what's going on up there. So the thought pops into your head, and at that point, once you realize and once you become aware of what's happening, then you can make the choice to go down a positive path or to ruminate on the negative. Now, there's some spiritual concepts, I suppose is a good word, some spiritual reasons why this is very important. Not only to manage our anxiety, because good grief, that is definitely one thing, but in Matthew 12:34, it says that out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. And so if we consider the things that we are constantly thinking about, ruminating on, meditating on, that's really going to inform and fill up our hearts. That's really going to inform and kind of like put us on a trajectory. And so if we don't want to be negative, and if we don't want to even project negativity, then we need to pay attention to our thought processes and where we're going. Philippians 4:8 says, I'm going to get my list out, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is pure, lovely, and admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think of these things. And so I just challenge you in the midst of all of these trying times and these things that would tempt us toward negativity and fear, that you would really pay attention to those thoughts, okay? And when I talk about thoughts too, I feel like our thoughts don't only impact our mind. It's not just about our mind, Because if you think about it, your anxiety impacts your physical being as well, right? Body. And I believe that it's the same with the spirit. Our spirits can become sad or weary or fearful. And so when we're talking about caring for ourselves during this time, that would be mind, body, and spirit. And when I'm meeting with clients and explaining this approach to them, because this is how I approach everyone in my private practice, I talk about spirituality and spiritual self-care not just as going to church. That's a religious practice. And while your religious practice can be part of your spiritual growth and formation, it isn't for everyone. And so I just want to be very, very clear that you can do other things to feed your soul. Maybe it's listening to music. Maybe it's praying. Maybe it's doing exercise or yoga. Maybe it is writing or journaling. Maybe it's painting. Maybe it's photography, communing with nature. So spirituality is about your relationship, not only with God, but with nature and the physical world around you. And so I just encourage you in whatever way you can to feed your soul this week. And again, if that be something creative or artistic, beautiful. If it's nature and you're able to even go outside and walk around your house, I just encourage you to do that. You know, we just want to recognize where our thought process is going. We want to get off the hamster wheel of anxiety or fear or dread or guilt or shame. Whatever has us stuck in that little hamster wheel, we want to get off of that. And we want to choose a different direction. You have a choice. You get to choose the path. You get to pick your story. And so I just encourage you to choose positivity. Those things that are lovely, pure, right, admirable, and praiseworthy. That you would think on those things this week. I hope you found this encouraging. If you want to go into a deeper dive with me, I'm going to put a little bit more about this on my blog at sarahfenlonfalk.com. Please tune in for the rest of the week as we rock the quarantine. And tomorrow is Mental Health Monday. So I hope to see you here and hope you'll tune in if you're listening on Storyteller Station Podcast. I wish you all well, and above all, I wish you peace.